All right, we are back, everybody, and we are going into game number 4 here in our quarterfinal match between Michael and TerrOr. TerrOr started it off going up 1-0, but Michael is now up 2-1 over the Peruvian Terran.
Yeah, I mean, Michael just wasn't going to let that sit, was he? After game one, he just knew he had to come back with bigger, badder cheese. I mean, last game wasn't even a cheese; it was just seizing an opportunity as it went down. But yeah, I mean, Terra's going to have to get his mental game in check. I mean, after last game, that's really, really going to have hurt him, and he didn't look quite as with it as he could have done. So I think in this game, yeah, it really is make or break time for him. I mean, there's no more chances right now. He needs to get on top of it now. He's going to be going home, and Michael knows it. And Michael is going to be on a roll at this time.
Yeah, and well, I really hope Terra can get it together and at least show us a game 5, regardless of who wins in the end. I think these guys are at least producing some pretty entertaining games so far.
Absolutely.
One interesting thing I just realized, by the way, is that Game 1 was on Jade, which I think statistically is fairly balanced, but Electric Circuit and Ground Zero both favor the Terran in TVZ, and so Michael basically lost on the balanced map and then won on the 2 maps that were favored against him. So I don't know how that works.
How does that figure?
Sniper Ridge, I think, is also fairly balanced in the statistics. So basically, map statistics don't mean a thing.
Yeah, well, I suppose map statistics can tend to go out the window just a little bit when you play such unconventional StarCraft as Michael does. I mean, that could really be a factor because map statistics, of course, are based on mainly players doing the things you'd expect players to do, whereas Michael just doesn't do that. So there's relatively little we can read into it.
I think you're absolutely right about that, again. And even Terra has a slightly unorthodox style as well.
Yeah.
So things just go completely crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how crazy they get on Sniper Ridge. So shall we just go into the game, Elegant?
Let's go. Let's do it.
And here we go. At the top right as the red Zerg, we have Michael. At the bottom right as the orange Terran, we have SJ TerrOr.
Yes, indeed we do. And look at that, Ninja unmuting my microphone, so nobody would have known if I didn't talk about it. So I almost missed it once again, but that's a mistake I'm not going to make this week.
Well done, well done.
So hopefully, it was literally as I started talking, I was like, whoa, and finger on the button, and there it is. And hopefully, this is the last game, so we can avoid any major elegant screw-ups. That'd be good, right?
Yeah. Elegant screw-up sounds like a contradiction, though.
That's a little bit. Maybe that'll break the universe.
Yeah. So I guess you better not screw up then.
Hopefully not, though, because I live there.
Oh, man. Anyway, looks like Overlord guy is going to scout in the wrong direction. Interestingly, he is not doing what he did last game and scouting towards the further natural. He's just going to the close natural this time. I think it's slightly longer distance on this map to go to the further natural, so maybe it's slightly riskier and he doesn't want to try that or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he just likes to be unconventional.
It's true, you got to mix it up, man.
Just throwing in some quirk for the sake of quirk.
See, I think South Park's pretty predictable. I mean, he goes 9-pool speed like every game, so
it's
kind of just like, well, better 2 racks.
Yeah, predictability absolutely definitely hurts South Park. I mean, you just can't afford to be predictable at this stage of a tournament unless you're so strangely predictable, as in Michael will cheese. You can predict that, but beyond that, you know nothing. I mean, there's a level of predictability, and there's
And one thing I want to say also. Oh, hold on. First, I'm going to say that Terra's taking fast gas as well. So yeah, he's going to do something crazy. Whereas Michael's going 12 patch. But yeah, I think also I don't want people to get the wrong impression about Michael. We keep saying he's cheesy. He has very strong cheeses, but his macro play is also ridiculously strong as well. He's basically got like no weaknesses. So when you play against Michael, you can't be, for example, he's not someone like, say, like Bakryu. You're like, okay, Bakryu basically never cheeses, so I can play, somewhat greedy and probably be okay. Against Michael, he could be going for a Hydra Bust, or he could have like the sickest late game macro play as well, and you just don't know what you're gonna face. And either way, you're in big trouble. So
yeah,
really tough opponent to play against.
Well, I think in Michael's case, it's maybe even a bit unfair to use the word cheese. I use it because it's the easiest way of making people understand what you're talking about. But I genuinely would call it more strategic play than cheese, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it implies something a little bit underhand, whereas the things he does are actually very, very well considered, and he has a huge array of them at his disposal. But TerrOr, once again, going for this fast gas, and I'd be a little bit surprised now if TerrOr didn't go for this fast gas. And it's interesting how he's sticking with this. He seems really convinced he's going to be able to make it work.
Yeah, and this time though, it has been scouted by a drone scout. Wait, are there 3 SCVs on the map? There's 3 scouting SCVs out on the map. Man, he must be really scared of Michael. But anyway, now he's seen the Zerg base, so the other 2 are going to come home, and it looks like a Marine poked around here by the by his cliff thing to try and maybe catch an Overlord, but didn't see anything. Oh, we have a second barracks. I think he's going to do a 1 base all in here. He's going to go 2 racks, 1 factory, 3 racks, 1 factory. He's doing a 1 base all in. Here we go. He's busting out the cheese. We already have a sunken here from Michael to stop any kind of early Vulture shenanigans, but I don't think he's going to see this one coming.
No, how would he? I mean, this is quite rarely seen. But I like it. I like the way TerrOr's playing this. I think if he can take this game with this strategy, it's really going to get his head into a better space. And this is going to be a real confidence booster for the final game if he can get this. And then I think anything's possible for that last match. So I'm kind of rooting for TerrOr in this one, hoping it works, because otherwise it's going to fall pretty flat. But it could be a little bit edgy. I mean, Michael's going to have a hard time scouting this. Of course, he can't move that Overlord forward. He would have to sacrifice it. Of course, depending on how good his star sense is, there's always a chance he might do something like that, but you never quite know. But yeah, I can't really see him scouting this out, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be pretty much a battle of micro on micro.
Yeah, I mean, all the indications are that it's just a 1 fact expanded as he did in the last game. But you know, I gotta say, Elegant, you said at the beginning of the series, can TerrOr out-cheese the Cheese King? And I think trying to out-cheese the Cheese King is a surefire way to lose a series, because that, I mean, this guy, if he can pull out crazy strats like 7-pool, Sunken Rush, Michael has seen it all. He knows every cheese because he's done it. And the thing is, one thing to note about Michael is he doesn't just do Zerg cheeses. He cheeses with every race on the ladder on his account. Like he busts out the Terran cheese, the Protoss cheese. This guy is a serious connoisseur of the cheese, right?
I think though.
So I mean, there's nothing you can actually do that he hasn't done himself and beaten high-level players with. So surely he's gonna know how to stop it.
Yeah, but I think that if there was ever going to be a cheat or strategic play that's going to be able to beat Michael, it's not going to be a multifaceted kind of complex one. It's going to be an all-in. And so I think that if there were ever going to be a cheese that was going to be able to take it, this would be it. And here we go. We've got a bunch of Marines moving out now. We have a second Sunken on the way up, which is interesting. So that's a little bit preemptive from Michael somehow, although he's seen nothing. He's managed to throw down a second Sunken in kind of defense of this. The Vulture's scouting around now, looking what they're going to be facing up against. I don't think that's enough Marines to take on 2 Sunkens. I could be wrong, but I think he's going to have to wait for a little bit more reinforcements. And now...
he needs to go though. There's so many lings making because Michael knows about it. He's got the Overlord over the base. Oh man, he's got so many lings out. I think TerrOr just missed his chance completely already.
Yeah, I think he did. I don't think he's got any window anymore. I mean, there's about to be a 3rd Sunken as well. I don't know how TerrOr can get this. And look at this, Michael readying up for a big flank coming down this ramp. This could be very nasty.
Oh man, the Vulture is leading the charge here. There we go. The 3rd Sunken is not quite finished yet. The lings, as you said, are going in for the flank. Oh man, this is so bad for TerrOr. The lings surrounding everything. Everything is going down so easily. And TerrOr pulling back the rest of his Marines. Man, that wasn't even close. This is what I'm talking about. You try to out-cheese the Cheese King? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's like trying to DT rush Jumper, man. It just doesn't make sense.
That was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it wasn't even a contest.
No, he needs to go on the ramp. He needs to go back on the ramp. What is he doing? Why is he fighting on the bottom of the ramp? Oh man, he's got good Marine control, but there's way too many lings here. Oh man, run back up the ramp. Go up the ramp!
Oh my god, Michael might actually be able to take this with a full-on link counter-attack using his leftover links from the defense. This is going to be bad.
GG! Michael!
Wow.
Wins it with 2 Zergling rushes.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present StarCraft.
More great reaction play right there from Michael, just being able to seize it straight away with the counter-attack, giving TerrOr no quarter whatsoever, and just busting straight back in there. And TerrOr GG's out of the tournament, and Michael is the Zerg player to go through.
Yep, and as Hawaiian Pig just pointed out, that means both our invites are through to the semifinals.
Good inviting, guys.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing here at the TLS.
No messing about.
Oh, man. All right, so Okay, so I got one prediction right for today. I did predict a Michael 3-1. Yes.
You did? Oh, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, that's a pretty good prediction. I can kind of see how you'd seen that coming. I mean, I had a little bit more hope for Terry in that last one than I think maybe I should have, but Michael was just all over. I mean, you were right. Of course you were right. Michael 100% knew what was going on and how to deal with it. He didn't even question it for 1 second, how he was going to cope with that. And it seems like he even had the counter-attack kind of a little bit thought through in his mind as well. He didn't just make enough to defend. He made enough to then keep rolling on and keep the momentum in his favour.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think your analysis was exactly right. Don't try and out-cheese the Cheese King. So good.
Well, so with that, both our series are done for today. So that's all for today, but we have another day of casting tomorrow. That's right, we're casting both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. The other 2 matches are going to be casted at the same time tomorrow, 21? Yes, 21 CET.
Yep.
It is going to be a Zerg versus Random in Eon Zerg versus Nemu. And a PvZ between DeWalt and Zeke. So it's going to be very, very exciting. Our last remaining Protoss in the TLS.
Protoss Hope against Zeke. Oh, it just feels horrible. And Zeke, question it though you may, he is posting good ranks on Fish. He has got to be informed, so I'm excited to see what he can bring. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be plenty more good games, so make sure you come back for that because you won't want to miss it.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped.
Me too.
Alright, so we've already got a TVZ in the semifinals. I don't actually know who I want to win. I like all of these guys. So hard. So hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us do another shout out to our sponsors, Razer and Twitch. Thank you so much for sponsoring this tournament. You're awesome. And many thanks to Team Liquid as well for doing all the organization goodness. And thanks to all the viewers for tuning in. Without you, it wouldn't be possible either.
Thank you.
So with that, I think we shall say good night for now and see you all tomorrow for the other half of the round of 8.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow.